Gumshoe had an accident trying to bring in additional pieces of evidence. And, well, now we have to rely on Franziska to get it.
Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. I can understand a defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth?
It looks like something unexpected just happened to him.
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's suicide note.
Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that the suicide note is a forgery. Dun dun dun. So we actually said the defense said something on a whim that the prosecution actually proved correct.
Boy.
So that means the real suicide note is missing.
What?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This note was not written by Ms. Impax herself. It was a fake.
Order, Mr. Edgeworth. Would you care to explain what is going on? If this was not written by Miss Impax, then who wrote it?
We would need more time to do a better detailed analysis, however. It appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida. Mr. Corrida?
Well, well. It looks like Miss Impax never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about On Guard.
However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed a forgery, Mr. On Guard could not have known that, and so that fact remains unchanged. Hello, English? English, hello? It feels like they didn't completely finish grammar checking this entire case. They left a few in there. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it.
That does sound very plausible.
This theory that On Guard had no idea that the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little wrong with it. It's no use. Something feels wrong, but I can't put my finger on what it is.
Actually, there is something I would like to ask. Mr. Edgeworth, you had stated something earlier to the effect of the defendant had spied on Mr. Corrida's private life. I believe this would mean that he would have known about the note as well.
That's it. Yes, and so naturally. This means Mr. On Guard would have known that the note was a fake. Ugh. Did we lose brownie points in that?
Order. See here, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
I was the one who thought of the spying thing. Jumping in and stealing my thunder like that is simply... I can't even describe it.
Yes, sorry.
I could have even bragged about embarrassing Mr. Edgeworth to my grandchild had you not.
Bah. I do lose brownie points to that. I knew it. Okay, so we are going to present evidence then. Maybe? Or is it a trap? I have no idea. The defense believes that the theory that the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. On Guard to not have known it was a fake.
What is this little item called again?
A video camera, Your Honor? Well, a very small one, but
Oh, that's right, a camera. Ah, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays.
Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. On Guard knew of the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. On Guard would have known that the victim had forged the note.
Ack. So then the defendant knew that the suicide note was a fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way.
Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. On Guard's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air.
But Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. On Guard monitored Mr. Kurita 24 hours a day.
Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. On Guard didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place?
Order! Order! Order, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave.
As I figured.
As you figured?
As I figured, it came down to this after all.
Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense.
When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what next?
What next?
If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Ungard's motive through evidence, then we must prove it from another angle.
Well, I agree with you there.
Your Honor, the prosecution will like to call a witness to the stand at this time.
Oh, well, that's fine.
However, this witness is a little unusual.
Edgeworth stuttering? This is not like him at all.
Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth?
This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who was it that hired Shelley to kill her to commit murder?
That's impossible, Masako. Who in the... No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Who is this witness?
It's,
Yes, go on. Who is it?
the man himself, Mr. Shelley the Killer.
Oh, Mr. the Killer. Wait! Shelley the Killer? You mean the killer? Or I mean the assassin?
Yes, Your Honor.
He's coming here to the witness stand?
Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Yes?
Is this alright with you?
Do I have a choice here? I can't really do so much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor.
I wonder if really it is the right to do this.
Very well then. The prosecution calls its witness to the stand.
Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us?
Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please.
Bruh. You could just directly say you could just put a walkie-talkie on the witness stand. You know, it's really funny that this thing suspiciously looks like a certain somebody, too. Here we go. Alright. This is the final boss. The final boss round, folks. This is it. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley the Killer, and I'm a professional assassin.
I say. What is going on here?
Your Honor,
How can you remain so calm? And what is this meaning of the just two-way radio?
actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court.
So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about.
Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. the Killer himself.
Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are in fact Shelley the Killer.
I understand. Please wait a second.
I'm so hungry.
Maya!
Maya!
A voice! Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this?
The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley the Killer.
It looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Oh, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so...
Now then, witness, there is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else.
And what will that be?
At the request of a client, you killed Mr. One Kurita, correct?
It is as you say, I did indeed kill Mr. Kurita.
Now what that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client.
Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it, a bad dream.
Shelley the Killer. What is he going to say?
There is something I must first state. For an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp at this concept before I give the name of my client.
Eh?
Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us.
While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief.
You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's no way to know what's coming next, miss, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix.
Oh, stay cool and collected indeed. I don't really care about all this extra fluff. Just tell us the name already.
Haitian's trying to calm down a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and close, so you're gonna have to work to get him to talk.
I'm not his therapist, you know. Alright, so we gotta press the right statements for now. On this walkie-talkie. Oh yeah, accent words. Some people might say walkie-talkie, but accent, walkie-talkie. So the trust between you and your client.
I'll provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why you're testifying in this manner? And this is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me.
But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust?
It's never happened before, but if it ever did,
Yes?
that person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly... That's good enough. Please, no more. Very well. It was only a hypothetical anyway.
That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them.
It doesn't matter to me. His client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role. Their role? This person tried to implicate another in the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die? No, I didn't say anything.
The judge had better watch himself. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client.
I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do.
Ugh, that egomaniacal.
It's not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you.
Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your client?
I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means?
Sorry, go on.
Oh, it appears that this is one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright.
It's only because you don't know about Maya's situation. I was wondering something about you said. You said that your client had already broken the rules.
A person who frames another is the worst kind of human.
And that's why you feel you can betray this person?
I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role.
Just my luck. An assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured?
Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic?
This case just keeps getting better and better.
If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed.
Everyone understands your point, I think, really.
In that case, I believe I'm prepared to disclose the information you seek.
You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready.
Excellent. And that is the reason I'm here. Now then, I do believe it's about time I reveal the name of my client, don't you agree? Well, what is it?
Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name.
If you can't ask, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida?
That person's name is... Adrian Andrews.
Also, how the heck is this walkie-talkie just been able to, like, hold up itself on the pedestal, like, incredibly well? Like, how?
What?
Witness! That's not who you told me it was earlier.
Huh? Right, tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews.
Even Edgeworth is stupefied now.
What? This can't be. On the phone earlier.
What's going on here?
My guess is that Mr. Kid the Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back.
Stabbed Edgeworth in the back?
A short order to get an audience with the court. Mr. the Killer told him a different name. Matt on guard, perhaps?
I knew it.
This is an outrage. This is an outrage. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie.
But you were the one who summoned this witness.
You, Shelley the Killer, curse you.
Our testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt on guard, am I correct? All I wish to do is to help procure his acquittal.
Wow.
All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah.
The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided this suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. And most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. the Killer's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all.
No.
With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt on guard is innocent. I see no cause you all a bit of confusion. Please, continue your discussion, and call me when you have reached a verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately.
What now? With the way this is going, on guard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya.
Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And on guard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this?
Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would have absolved the defendant?
Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shelley the killer is certainly lying under oath.
It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. That testimony just now. It was all one big fat lie.
Miss Andrews.
The suicide note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie.
But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client.
No, that's not true.
Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and button, donning the nickel samurai costume.
But that's...
You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste Impax was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead.
No. Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please, help me.
Yes, I know the truth.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. We must save first, Your Honor. My God, I don't think I can contain the suspense, but we actually have to finish this. Hey, 4 hours 20 minutes, Letty.
I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions.
I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? I'm supposing this is a time when the game would give us 2 different endings depending on what we do. However, if we want the true ending, the defense requests for the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So we request for the trial to continue.
Phoenix,
I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept a not guilty.
you are a lawyer.
I know. But Matt on guard is a killer, a murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Adrian Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than on guard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He could have gone on guard and convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him.
Yes, you do.
Mr. Wright, your opinion, please.
The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer.
Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright?
Right.
But the witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done.
I'm not done yet. To see through witnesses' lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur.
Very well. The trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish connection with Mr. the Killer.
Right away, Your Honor. At least Edgeworth looks satisfied now.
Has a verdict been reached?
Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more.
About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for?
Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is, how things are usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done?
But what shall we have him testify about now?
Mr. the Killer, if you don't mind,
Please testify about your client in more detail.
You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? As I have already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime. While pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene, Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corrida was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. This is a most unexpected turn of events for the, 5th time now. However, this time, everything has finally been revealed.
Objection!
Just a second, Your Honor.
Oh, yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
We still have the cross-examination to do.
Well, you don't need to question testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, the defense will question the witness. As if I have a choice here.
Huh? Why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then...
And I'll expose the lies on that oh-so-beneficial testimony, I suppose.
I don't understand what's going on anymore.
That makes two of us.
What are you going to do now, Phoenix?
All I can do now is expose the lies.
That's true. However, you realize that would be very bad for the client, right?
Ugh, I'm so confused. But the one thing I know for sure is that I can't let this trial end yet. And that's all you have to testify?
Yes, and I pray that I will never be called to the stand again.
Again? As in you plan to continue?
I must, as I have yet to find a person to take my place and become the 4th successor. Actually, how would you like a new life, Mr. Attorney?
Excuse me? No, I'm fine. Really?
Are you really now?
I wonder what kind of man the judge thinks I am now. I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill.
If I had a problem with such a thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job.
Yeah. Well, a change in occupation might be good for you.
However, I will say this. Even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party.
That goes without a saying, Mr. the Killer.
And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought that they could run away from their guilt.
Are you talking about the button and the knife?
Yes, and my business card.
Oh, this card.
So that no one has to waste their time, including the police. I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible. You try to make things easy? My business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out the service.
He's pretty devoted to his work.
But to disregard everything, you go and stab the deceased with a knife, and even hide my card from sight. That is something I cannot overlook.
It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or not without him being here. So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing?
That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney, I would suggest you plan for your alibi too.
No, I already told you I have no intention of using your services ever. Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one on trial here? From the very beginning?
That is correct. From before my client visited the room, all of my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times.
I wonder if that's really true. That's odd.
Hold it.
So why do you think your client did that?
What do you mean by why?
Well, fiddling around at the scene of the crime is pretty risky. And why would someone who has requested a murder go to the crime scene anyway?
That is true. I assume it was probably done to frame Mr. On Guard.
If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it?
Sadly, that is not possible.
Huh?
My job is to kill, that is all, and to leave my business card behind, naturally. A business card is so my clients may escape blame. To protect them is my duty. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take your fall. What is it, Mr. Wright?
If I press him the wrong way, it might raise suspicions on his end, as I have to do something to waste more time. Witness, about requesting a hit.
Yes?
How much is your fee?
I see you are also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney.
Huh?
If you would like to talk business, we could do so after the trial.
Heck! No. I'm not thinking of how.
Mr. Wright,
Yes?
you want to kill me? You want to be dead, don't you?
Why would you think something like.
Guilty, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You are hereby declared guilty.
Witness, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They are your client, are they not? Huh. Adrian Andrews knew from the beginning that the client is dead, and Edgeworth says it's odd? I'm trying to think about it, like, what the heck is... Like, the only thing that, like, stuck out was, like, Edgeworth saying, oh, that's weird, when he said, the, like, oh, they knew the crime beforehand. I need my brain juice right now. I'm trying to figure this out. Oh my god, once again, how the heck am I getting rated by the one and only once again? Where's my rate scene? Like, seriously, come on, OBS.
Thank you.
Hey there, Box. For once you're playing a different game, you're actually playing Among Us. Thank you so much for the raid, dude. Hope your stream has been well. Hope you got some dubs in Among Us. Hope you got your hope you didn't get picked imposter. Hope you actually did a thick brain plays in Among Us. How you doing? How was your stream? For once you're not doing Overwatch. Wow. Goes to show that, hey, someone might stream one game, but they can actually play more than one game. Anyways, how was it? How long did you stream for? And for whoever else is new with Box, this is Nintendo, who doesn't always just play Nintendo, but when he does, you know where to go. After all, it's where the anime stuff goes. It's where the drama goes. It's where the, wow. It's where all this hype goes. It's where all the confetti goes. All the hype and everything goes for everybody. For any raiders who come to Channel Nintendo, who doesn't always play Nintendo, but he can also play the PC games, yo. Alright, let's continue. Oh my god. So about 2 hours? Oh wow, that is shorter than my shortest. I put in the long hours, so... Hey, you're not the only one who starts late in this day and age. Man, I really need to finish Phoenix. I can't talk. English. I need to finish Phoenix, right? I mean, you should. There's a lot of it just gets juicier and juicier. What about the wine glass, though? Objection! What about the wine glass, Mr. Killer? Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. DeKiller.
What is the meaning of that attitude?
When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Corrida had been murdered. She poured a juice for herself first before realizing that he was murdered.
But how do you know that?
From this wine glass, Your Honor.
A glass?
Mr. DeKiller's supposed client thought Mr. Corrida had only fainted. Oh, that's true, right? Okay, I remember that. Which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim.
But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan?
Nope. That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they never would have left their fingerprints behind.
I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon?
Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct?
I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim,
then your client really should have had knowledge of Mr. Corita's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all. How strange. Yes? Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation?
Phoenix, if the killer figures out what you're up to, we're in real trouble.
Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Ah, sorry.
Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you.
Anyway, I am positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken. Very well. Right now, I have to buy us more time. While we wait for the items the killer left behind to get here. I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with those items. Alright, here we go. Request taking. This request came to me, about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the awards ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes.
So you physically met your client, huh?
That's correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion.
I see. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
So if you met your clients in person, you would know what they look like. So you physically met Adrian Andrews, correct?
Of course I did.
What was that? What was the brief pause? Witness, I would like for you to give us a few more details.
I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I've never taken a request by telephone or mail.
And why is that?
That's because I value the trust between the client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
Why he meets his client is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions.
What do you mean by that?
My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person?
I have already told you, Mr. Wright, I did. It was only through talking with him face to face that I began to
Wait, what did you just... Excuse me? Excuse me, sir? Which pronoun did you use? Excuse me?
That's when I thought I could trust this person as a client. It's true what they say about talking face to face. Mr. Wright, was that testimony just now of any importance?
If I heard what I think I heard just now, then I think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of utmost importance.
Huh? Really?
If that's the case, witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony.
Very well.
Well, there doesn't seem to be anything strange this time around.
You have to draw more information from him, but you can't draw a suspicion. If you could do that, you should be able to find a flaw in this testimony somewhere.
Talk about a delicate balance. It's not that I'm like... Okay, it's probably because I really want to be in a rush to actually finish this case, but like... Okay, why the heck is John Doe and Shelley DeKiller have two separate profiles? It's clearly the same person. Objection! I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at a bar and took the request at that time?
Yes, that is correct.
And that's when you thought he was trustworthy?
How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct.
I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale.
Oh, what?
Shelley DeKiller?
You have never met the real Adrian Andrews.
Huh? Why would you say that?
Because you made one very big slip up about her.
So what is the issue? What did you say just now? About her?
If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she is a woman.
Oh.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
This witness testified to the following: that he always meets face to face with his clients when taking their request.
But he still has never met Adrian Andrews in person.
Yes, Your Honor, that is exactly the point. That means Mr. DeKiller's client could not have been as Adrian Andrews. How the heck are you sweating oil? What the heck?
Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake?
I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor.
Her name?
Yes, Adrian Andrews is without a doubt a very androgynous name.
Yes, I see.
Unluckily for Mr. DeKiller, the entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender, and so he simply picked the wrong gender to go with.
Oh, what? What is going on? Shelley DeKiller, this court demands an explanation.
I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another.
So does that mean you remember something different now?
Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more.
I know he's just going to spit out more lies.
Very well, but this time please give us the truth and nothing but the truth.
Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail. There have been times when I took a job without having met my client. The request was for the murder of one Corrida and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man.
But you just stated that you don't usually take... Oh my god.
So you took this job through a letter?
He didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony, which means he is definitely lying.
Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us.
I know, I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we could do this. As long as he's standing there across from me, no matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it.
Well then, let's begin the cross-examination.
Seems like we're still okay to me, and that's exactly what is bad. So that means we probably need to press and prolong it by pressing. And why could you not meet certain clients?
Recently, I have been receiving more requests. If I met each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities.
Nice business opportunities?
On top of which, the times have changed. It is now the age of information and computers, correct? Well, I have joined the times, and now I take requests via electronic mail.
Electronic mail? Do you have to mail that in a special insulated envelope?
Ah, I'm very sorry. I despise the shortening of words. What I mean by electronic mail is what is commonly referred to as email.
Email?
In a contest of my mimicry, the judge would beat a parrot hands down. Anyway, so you took this job without having met your client, and... 2 or 3 other things?
Yes.
And what were these other things?
A few other things that have been nothing to do with this case.
What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? It'd be really bad if I pushed his buttons the wrong way and then he got mad. The killer sounds like one sharp man. I should try to find a better way to do this without making him suspicious.
Let's continue with the testimony. Witness, if you please.
But didn't you just say that you always meet your clients?
Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there are some clients for whom a meeting is simply not possible.
But didn't you meet your client this time?
No, I did not.
Oh, come now, let's stop with this game of cat and mouse.
Using your silkiest voice is not going to work on me.
Alright then, just cough it up and confess.
Mr. Wright, you can't badger a witness with such harsh words. You're a lawyer, so behave like one and present evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. Now then, do you have any proof that the killer met with his client?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I don't have any proof.
I see. And your line of questioning was just another waste of time.
Sadly for us, Your Honor, that is the nature of right and wrong. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide.
Mr. Attorney,
Yes?
everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client, which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client?
That's...
I smell the stench of a backstabber. And should you turn out to be one,
Wait! Uh-oh. This is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck. I have to think, is this worth pursuing? Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your client requested were.
if it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine.
The bear figurine?
After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing.
And where was that figurine?
It was inside Mr. Corrida's suitcase.
And then, what did you do next?
I handed it over to my client right away.
And you gave it to your client. Interesting.
His information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you just stated in your testimony.
As you wish.
I found this figurine at Mr. Ungard's mansion. If you gave it to Miss Andrews, then what was it doing there?
I was waiting for her there. That was also part of the plan to frame Mr. Ungard, I'm sure.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any problems with this piece of testimony?
So the killer says he gave the figurine to Miss Andrews. But I know somewhere in that statement there's a contradiction. And yet, I know that if I present something trivial here...
You will cut the connection on his end. If you want to make a strong point, Phoenix, you have to present strong evidence.
She's right. So what now, Dr. Wright? Witness, let's go over this one more time. You gave Miss Andrews the bear figurine, and she told you to take the bear and wait for her at On Guard Mansion. Is that correct?
Yes. Where are you going with this?
Well, I think maybe you might have remembered a few things incorrectly.
What?
This is a battle of wits. I can't let up on him. I don't think it is possible for Miss Andrews to have been the recipient of this bear. Shelley the Killer? If you had really given the bear to Ms. Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it.
This item?
I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I'm going.
Where is everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase?
Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony.
And I was going to burn it for her sake.
Aha! If even for a single minute this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out and burned it.
Order, order, order! So that's where you two were going.
So by the fact that this suicide note was still inside the bear, it tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle.
Which means?
It means, Your Honor, that it's impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client.
Order, order, order!
Mr. Phoenix, right?
Hmm?
I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement.
No, that's not...
That's enough. If that is your intention, then there's only one thing for me to do.
Wait, please.
Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to.
No, please. Not that, please, wait.
Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end, and I might stay my hand, otherwise...
What in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
I didn't understand this witness's outburst just now. Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough?
Well, we should...
Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up, Maya, she'll...
The prosecution.
What has come over everyone? Even you are...
The prosecution. Rests.
What is going on around here?
The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor.
What? Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is a most unusual situation. If the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that is the case, then even though I'm reluctant, I must believe that Mr. DeKiller's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shelley DeKiller's client is... Adrian Andrews. Ugh. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
If I end the trial here right now, then your client, Matt on guard, would be declared innocent. And in his place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder.
Miss Andrews will be charged with murder. Edgeworth looks stressed as hell right now.
The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Matt on guard, to the stand.
The items went to Killer's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out.
I can't believe it.
The outcome now lies in your hands.
Dude, did the old guy finally decide?
To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But, at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent.
So, I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out.
Mr. On guard?
What an atrocious lawyer I have. Giving his own client up like this. Isn't that refreshing like a spring bee's crap?
This is bullshit. Atrocious, don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer?
Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life?
You better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay?
But if I did that, Maya will die. But if I say he's innocent, then Ms. Andrews will be charged as the murderer. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. It all hinges on what I choose.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews, then your client, Mr. Matt Ungard, is innocent.
There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is going to say what I want. Aren't you?
Right. I can't do this, but I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client, Matt Ungard, is... At this point, I don't know. One way or another.
We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt Ungard, your client deserves an answer.
Maya, sorry. Matt Ungard is...
Objection!
Hey, look who's showed up to the scene. Franziska von Karma!
What are you doing here? Ow!
You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix, right? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off that scruffy fool.
Did you bring them? The final pieces. Do you have them?
You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine, and his injuries are minor. All of the items are inside this.
What a filthy old coat this is.
That's Gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere.
I apologize for its ugliness, but there's nothing else to wrap the items in.
I fought long and hard this whole trial. All for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure what inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence.
The final evidence? This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial.
What? Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence, down to the last. I request that Ms. Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence.
I suppose you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please.
These pieces of evidence are items left by Mr. DeKiller during his escape from the police.
He must have been quite a rush.
Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence.
Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around like a miracle. I'm sure of it.
That is all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol.
Does Mr. Killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? No, a pistol was not used. Death was by choking. pretty sure there is no gun involved in this case. There's no real benefit to hearing about it. Please present the next piece of evidence.
The second piece of evidence is this videotape.
Ooh! Have you checked the contents of that tape?
Unfortunately, there was no time to.
Oh yeah.
But I would speculate that this tape is very important.
Why would you say that?
Because he came back to his hideout for it.
Did the killer went back for it?
That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow, it looks like they managed to protect her from Killer. Shelly Killer is no ordinary man. The last piece of evidence is this bellboy's uniform.
Is that uniform from the Gatewater Hotel? Was that used during the crime?
I am almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets.
There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder.
There's one thing I found interesting about this uniform.
And what is that?
There's a button missing on this uniform.
A button?
It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. It's all I have to present, Your Honor.
It's just as I thought.
And what is that, Your Honor?
I'm sure were we under normal circumstances, these items from Shelly the Killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing.
It is, who is the client?
Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. You may step down now.
Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence.
Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict.
Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he?
Is this the end?
Phoenix?
I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there?
I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make sure that miracle happens.
The one thing we need to check is the videotape. The videotape probably is the one thing that we need here.
You've come this far. You can't give up now.
But, no matter how you think about it, it's...
Try, for my sake, just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of this situation for us.
2?
The first, make On Guard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict.
Huh?
The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If On Guard wishes himself to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go.
That may be true, but... that's asking me to do the impossible.
The second way, force the killer to end his contract with On Guard. If the killer were to no longer think of On Guard as his client, then he would let Maya go.
Mia, that's even more impossible. He is a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else.
I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but if you could make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle.
The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them.
Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us?
Oh my god. Okay, so the one important thing I know we have to use is the videotape. I'm fairly certain that maybe that gun was used to shoot at Franziska. The other side? Wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around?
Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it?
The person who needs the evidence?
The defense, prosecution, and the judge. We have seen all the pieces of evidence. And that is how we have come to know the truth.
But there's one person who has yet to see them all.
And that person does not know the truth. That truth may be what will bring about the miracle in the end.
There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict.
Why do we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids?
I have already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence.
I am not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor.
Then you want to show the evidence to that person?
Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance.
One chance.
Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person.
That's impossible. To turn the situation around in one try.
One try. That is all I will permit.
I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way to save Maya while taking on guard down at the same time.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show evidence to? I see. And now, tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person.
It has to be the videotape, right?
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness.
Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier.
All right, it looks like I managed to convince him. Maya, she's okay, right?
Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence.
More like, have you listened? Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back.
That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape.
I thought so.
I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard.
Do you know what the contents of this tape are?
I was sternly told by my client to not watch it, so I have absolutely no idea.
Actually, you're on this tape.
Me?
There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded.
What?
Is that true, Mr. Wright?
Who was it that planted the camera?
Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally.
That was Adrian Andrews.
Be quiet and listen, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right?
Yes.
That was so they could film you.
I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why.
Why did Matt on guard film the crime scene? The reason why he did that is my ticket out of this whole mess. There's only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. They wanted blackmail on you. Your client once told me something very interesting, and I specifically remember this from at least an hour ago. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I could keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shelley the Killer?
It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning.
Yes, by a natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is, quote-unquote client, is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness.
Yes?
You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all.
Yes, that's correct.
But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then?
That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then, that client would have become my next target. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment.
Did we do it? Did we do it? Like, I know my gut had the hunch to actually like present the videotape to this dude, but I think we did it. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Yeah, I could say for that that client, it's gonna be an for them. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around.
Mr. Wright,
Yes?
my contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item.
What the? I'm not an item.
Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank God. Thank goodness.
This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I am sort of... I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the witness and... Miss Valcorma, where did the...
She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. Well, well, well. Look how the tables have turned. jerk. Mr. On Guard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watched this video.
Help me, Tuskete.
Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please.
Is this all right with you, Mr. Wright?
We have finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he is convicted or acquitted, there's no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you.
Right, Chief. I request to plead this, poor victim not guilty. Congratulations, Mr. Matt on Guard. Please make sure to savor every moment of what little time you have left. Your Honor, as always, the defense pleads not guilty.
Very well. This court finds the defendant Matt on guard.
Hold it! Please, wait.
What's the matter?
If I get not guilty, I'll be killed. I'm no guilty.
As always, looks like we have uncovered the real truth.
We? I don't remember you helping out much in this. I can imagine Kaizadu, like, he should have fainted from all that. Plus, his scars were never explained either.
Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt on guard?
I have left Ms. Bankarma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full course meal of whip leather right about now.
Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness?
Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair.
She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. Yeah, Edgeworth was, like, ruthless during this time of questioning. Like, when we specifically focused, like, one session on just, when she primarily focused her session on, what is it? Adrian Andrews alone, this dude was ruthless. I mean, he's still, like, true to his word of what he is now as a renewed prosecutor, but man.
But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strengths to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved.
Oh my god, she's actually smiling. Hello. She's actually smiling. Hello. Like, well, like freaking, what's her name? Oh, Lana Sky. It's like a Lana Sky moment all over again. What the flip? Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. Excuse me, have you not remembered what happened with Lana Sky, Phoenix?
I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I've ever felt comfortable with myself, who I am. Thank you so much, everyone.
I mean, you're still gonna be penalized for tampering with the crime scene and whatnot, but hey, at least you can walk free. Well, a little bit.
It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there's still a few things I'm confused about. But everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Alright, time to turn on the confetti for now. We may not have a proper verdicts, but hey. We officially got the true ending. I think? March 23rd, 5:14 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
You were great out there, Phoenix.
What I did out there was right, wasn't it?
This is the first time you've not gotten your client off.
I mean, we might have lost, technically speaking, but hey, the prosecution can consider it a victory.
You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all that to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty verdict, right?
Yeah, I understand now.
Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moments before Ms. Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make.
Well then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter.
I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my Kokoro. Should I side with justice or let Maya die? My client, Matt on guard, is...
Is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then, and your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you.
I mean, I don't really think, like, overall, it completely says, like, oh, that's what being a lawyer would speak to him about. But also at the same time, it's like, Right. Edgeworth, I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody.
Really?
Oh, Pearls!
You're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, she's quite safe. She is on her way here as we speak in a patrol car.
Mystic Maya, save! Puggies! You did it, you really did it, Mr. Nick.
Ow, she punches deceptively hard for a kid. Ow!
I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her.
Thanks?
Oh,
What's wrong?
Miss Von Karma.
About earlier, thanks? Ow!
Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost. Your perfect winning record has now been crushed. And yet, you're still happy?
I don't think you'll ever understand Miss Von Karma.
How dare you?
Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth? For my own personal victories and for guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that.
What's up with the DL6 coming back to haunt Edgeworth? Like, is that seriously going to be like an arcing, like, trope for, like, Edgeworth to just get, like, reminded of DL6 over and over and over?
And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened. So I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death.
As well as you should have. The prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die.
Jeez, Von Karma, chill the frick out.
But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. It was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change.
What foolish nonsense.
We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant. But every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well.
What? You trust your enemy?
It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we could do is to fight with the knowledge we hold in everything we have, erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch, but we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This, I promise you.
The truth.
Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, right? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding, isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night.
Huh. Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick?
You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me. All those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself.
You pathetic fool. And Miss Von Karma? I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. A Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you're no longer worthy. You're no longer worthy of being a Von Karma.
Who said Edgeworth is still a Von Karma to begin with? He's his own individual now.
And neither am I. It's over. It's all over.
Franziska threw something on the ground just now.
This is an electromagnetic receiver.
Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe?
I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else.
Ah, isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip?
I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this right.
Why?
Okay.
Nick!
Maya!
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
Aw, that is so wholesome. That is complete wholesome overload.
Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through again. You got on guard convicted, like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me.
I mean, technically it was the police, but you're welcome.
Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you.
We sure pressed our luck at this trial.
You're really lucky to be standing here.
Oh, whatevs, whatevs. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost to a pearly.
Is it really that easy to do something like that? I mean, spirit medium, so.
Thanks a lot, Nick.
Don't mention it.
Maya.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm relieved you're alright.
Hey, looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago.
Oops, sounds like someone's hungry. No worries, I am too.
All right, I think it's time we got out of this depressing place. Fine, out of this depressing place.
Huh? Where are we going? To grab more burgers, ramen, sushi?
Food, Nick, food! Bro, chow, I'm starved. I'm so hungry even you look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick.
Hey. Think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least.
Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please.
If you insist. Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint?
Don't be silly, Nick.
Huh?
This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I decided we have to make it up by having another feast.
Another feast?
Come on, Nick, food.
Do I have to raise an objection? Oh no. March 23rd, 7:30, 8 p.m. Gatewater Hotel lobby. Oh my god.
Hey, pal, sorry to keep you guys waiting.
Oh, Gumshoe. Oh, Gumshoe, are you alright?
Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole, of all things.
A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him?
You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me, and I ain't joking.
Hey, yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of the Steel Samurai.
Thanks.
Now looky here, Mr. Studi Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bully Mr. Right too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, you might just kick it tonight, even.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, come on now. Everyone gather around. Y'all gonna get your photo taken by a genuine professional photographer.
Looks like Lana bought herself a new camera.
Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's go chow down, pal.
Amen to that, pal. Amen.
You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, Detective. Huh? Me? You really think so?
He's right. If it wasn't for the three items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending.
Oh, well, you know, it's What? That's odd. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir.
What? 4?
Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket.
There was a 4th item?
Aw, come on, y'all. It's over. But oh boy, I tell you, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh? You think?
Why does she look so happy about that?
I bet being shut away for 2 whole days. Weren't you scared? Well, yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So, to keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had a rough gal. So where's this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture. No, I don't know where it went. Aw, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyways.
Ah, it sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again.
What is it, Edgeworth? This thing is picking something up.
Ah, that's Miss Von Karma's receiver. Thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me.
That's odd, even though you're standing right here. The tracking device seems to be in a different location.
Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do.
Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet.
And you've eaten way too much, you glutton.
I had fun tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Wait,
What?
I just want to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there.
If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right?
I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I could give him to express how I feel. Ah, you son of a gun.
What's this?
Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her.
You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job.
It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya? Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean. Pearly, why don't you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me.
Anyway, so, who's paying for this lovely dinner party?
Yes, if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm kinda at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kinda already put your name on the bill.
Huh? Huh?
Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel, see? And I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It'd be better anyhow for 3,000.
How much money now? Excuse me? How much money?
Bruh.
Huh? Huh?
Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all.
Huh? Huh?
Isn't that great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick.
Why do I suddenly feel like screaming?
Aw, you don't need to hold it back now, you hear?
Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out.
This is going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on, it's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all.
Alright then, if you say so.
Objection.
Objection? Objection?
Objection!
And that was 3 times into the microphone. 3 times into the microphone.
You really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter. I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro.
Oh, I actually like this credits music. There can be expensive cameras in this day and age, Kaiser dude.
I'm so happy that you could save Mr. Kamaya, Mr. Nick. And I'm so happy for the 2 of you. Speaking of which, I think this hotel's a popular place for honeymooners. So I sort of made reservations for the 2 of you, just in case.
God damn it, Pearly. God damn it.
Well, pal, looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edgeworth had a long talk with the chief, and he got me reinstated for my sake. I heard he said things like, letting that one go is bad for all of society. I knew it. Crushing headlong into everything is the only way to live, pal.
I'm Maggie Bird, and I'm retiring this uniform as of today, sir. I'm going to be a waitress from now on. And bring smiles and joy to the people who come by the restaurant, sir. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright.
We'll see her at some point in time. They put the credits in a weird spot, actually, all the way like hugging this side of the screen.
Yes, are you here to visit a patient? I'm Director Hottie. Oh, recently? Yes, that girl, you know. I haven't seen her around. Yes, but I remember if I did so much as the eye for her, it would go crack. Didn't matter if I got whipped though. Yes.
Yeah, we know, pervert.
It's time to begin our quest of world circus domination, sweetie. And to let the world know we're serious, I paid to take a fabulous flight to...
Hey, Max, what do you think Zimbabwe is like? Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk?
I think if there are any talking bunnies, even they won't laugh at most jokes. I'm ready. I'm ready. There's no way these jokes are going to fall on deaf ears. I'm going to be more contemporary with my humor. More girls represent.
We've got a new act all worked out. Prepare for the Hallelujah chorus. Say something, will ya? You're supposed to start them off. Get on with it, batch-ass. What's this? Drat! It's just an ordinary electrical razor charging on its stand. I can't believe this. Really? How long do they plan on making me do this? Oh, but it's Edgy Poo's idea, so that means it must have a deep hidden meaning. But why do I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they? It was never like this in the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. They used to call me Queen Wendy. Anyone who was going to feel by you, just a good developer, a speed number. Private fire is very dangerous because underneath my house when they saw the scenery would burn down, they caused a huge stink down.
Do you know how difficult it is to, like, read all that? Is this everybody? Oh, her. Hey, cutie.
I appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me from the bottom of my heart. Oh, that's right. I received a letter from Miss Von Karma. She said after I get out, I should feel free to consult her about anything at all. I'm really thankful to have met everyone.
Yeah, but she still has to pay, like, serve time for tampering the crime scene. Feels bad, though. It was a pretty complicated case, though, after all.
It has become difficult for me in this country as of late. As such, I will take a short leave of absence. If you would like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage. May we both be blessed with longevity.
Was that transceiver set to explode after his last message? Yeesh. March 23rd, 9:42 p.m. International Departures Gate 12. Oh hey, what a decently rendered background.
And where are you going, Francisca?
How did you know I was here?
With this?
That's...
I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example.
That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his? I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. But it's going in the trash, I promise you that.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting.
When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir.
4 things?
It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket.
He put it in here? It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over.
What are you going to do now?
That's none of your business.
Are you running away?
Shut up! You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter.
Francisca.
So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill.
Oh, oops. Perfectionist complex. She's one of those girls with a perfectionist complex.
I'm expected to win no matter what. And a failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that, but me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to.
You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be.
No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away.
Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Right. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip.
You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge.
I see.
You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today.
I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did.
Adrian Andrews?
You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today, you chased after me, after I had left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you are going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Franziska von Karma.
Oh, she's crying. Oh.
I'm Franziska von Karma. Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. So you better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth.
Phoenix Wright.
One day, someday.
I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you,
I'll take good care of this fourth piece, so I could give it to you when unless we meet again. What is this last piece? Come on, show us. Wait, don't tell me it was... Oh. Oh, okay. Right, okay. Oh, that's adorable. Wow. And that was the finale. That was the true ending of Justice for All. Damn. That was quite a journey, not gonna lie. That was really unbelievable. Wow. So before I actually finish, there is an alternate end. We haven't achieved the alternate ending, so let me go ahead and see what the alternate ending is all about, since like I've actually took some directions to to actually achieve the true ending of the actual game. So it's short and slightly depressing. Yeah, sure thing. Sure thing, Kaiser dude. It's fine. Depression is part of living a lot of times. All right. She was just shot. Oof. Now I shall narrate this part. And just like that, the case came to an end. I ran away from the courtroom and wandered the streets alone. I never saw Maya again. The killer is a man of his word, so I'm sure he released her as promised. I heard the verdict of Miss Andrews' trial a few days later. She was found guilty, of course. The miracle never happened. Maybe it was never meant to. Because a miracle is something that doesn't exist. Wow, that was actually a bad end. That was legitimately a bad end. Wow. Wow, unbelievable. That should be like the alternate ending for. Oh, actually, hold up a second. What I also didn't actually look at was the original like alternate ending. Yeah, the bad ending from Rise from the Ashes. Just want to take a look at this one real quick. Because if they released Justice for All with an alternate ending, then he must have taken that idea and implemented it into Rise from the Ashes, while introducing like new mechanics with Rise from the Ashes as well.
Surely it must have been on the clock by whoever shoved it there.
I liked voicing this guy.
I'm sure Raito has checked. Haven't you?
Well, whose are they?
They're Miss Skies, Miss Emma Skies.
See, I told you it was conclusive. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that?
So this is when you present the cloth at the wrong time. Why, even the judge just comes to the conclusion. Like, wow. The jump just jumps to the conclusion right away. Everything hinged on that point. In the end, Lana alone was found guilty on all counts. Wow. Just wow. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And my bitrate is still deciding to die once again. Whoops. Wrong thing. Anyways. Alright. I don't believe it. I can't. I don't believe it. Wow, what an end. What an actual end. So, let me first give my thanks with, Kiba and Shivam, thank you for the host, and Cedobox, thank you for the raid. As always. It has been quite a journey for the first two Ace Attorney games. And I know we won't be getting back to it till, like, we'll be taking a break from Ace Attorney as we focus on a bunch of other different games this month. I think I'll actually start Mario Odyssey for the very first time on Mario Day, honestly. And so that should be quite fun. But yeah, if you're intrigued or interested, Kaiser Dude, these next 3 days before my birthday will be focused on Pokemon. Crown Tundra for later, and for Throwback Thursday and Flashback Friday, we get to check and see how cringeworthy the action replay data on my original, I kid you not, my original Pokemon Diamond and Pearl save files are. I was actually one of those kids who action replayed, well, it was just Pokemon I action replayed. I haven't really action replayed anything else, but I guess it was fun while it lasted. For the most part, for sure. Otherwise, yeah. The only other thing that's going to be happening is like the chill birthday stream. I'm still trying to plan, but it should be almost done. We'll be doing some giveaways as always, but not expecting a major reception for it. I'd say it was fun all the while to get to the ending for tonight. But in any case, I really don't have any people I can raid with or whatnot. But it has been a long evening. Especially, like... It has been a long evening, especially on the frickin', internet, as always. I guess I can contribute it to, like, the weather recently. But yeah, it has been a long one, for sure. I'll be on a bit of Genshin before bed, but it's probably just gonna, like, spend my resin, just call it that. And as always, every other peep right now, as always, have been... on another game as always. But speaking on the topic of Pokemon, and somebody who knows the Ace Attorney series as well as I do now, is... I think I'm going to rate my friend again, Matt Big Fat. He's currently actually doing a randomizer run on Pokemon Leaf Green. Yeah, he's doing Pokemon Leaf Green right now, so that should be fun to get to. But yeah, normally if it was a Genshin Impact stream, I would actually roll the Genshin Impact's, oh, that's my voice again. I would roll the Genshin Impact credits theme, but because it's been a low-key Ace Attorney Japanifornia theme stream tonight, we're just gonna, like, cut to hear the regular ending thing. So, I appreciate everybody for lurking, hanging around, supporting, coming by to say hi if you can. It's been a really wild, very, very exhausting journey for the past 2 Ace Attorney games. So I can't wait to see the rest of y'all on, or any of y'all on Trials and Tribulations when we return to it, probably around April. But yeah, can't wait to do some Pokemon in the next few days. Some more of it for sure, because I really got to get back into the series. Especially since we're pretty hyped up for Generation 4's remakes. Oh. I didn't realize that was going to end really soon. Okay. Yeah, if I don't see any of y'all Kinokos in the raid, then I shall catch y'all on the next adventure, whether it be in the land of Pokemon in Genshin Impact, or another game in Nintendo Land, or in the land of Steam. So, have a good one, folks. Have a good morning, evening, or afternoon. Just as always, stay healthy, stay clean, stay safe. Stay indoors, stay chill, stay warm and toasty, stay healthy. Keep yourselves clean and orderly and whatnot. Pray for each other, best of luck. And I guess I shall catch y'all in my next adventure, whenever that is. This will be Miltendo signing out for now. And Miltendo is the host of Channel Miltendo. He may not be the most famous Tendo. He may not be the richest Tendo. But he's always one of the most OG, realist, chillest, laid-back Tendos to exist. Just kidding.